Hello, and this is a 1984 Honda Goldwing GL 1200. This is the naked version, which means it came from the factory without any bags or fairings. This was the last year that this bike was available in this form. This bike is in exceptional condition. It has no flaws on the paint. Paint is very, very nice. As you can see, no scratches or anything like that to mention. The seat is outstanding as well. Everything on the bike is actually very impressive. Also comes equipped with a 2011 Velorex sidecar assembly. These sidecars were Czechoslovakian rather. This particular car was also fitted with an alloy wheel. Excuse me, I do have the original spoked wheel if you choose to use that. However, I believe it matches nicely with the alloy wheels on the bike. You can see the sidecar is also in like new condition. The car has also a tonneau cover, that's how it's pronounced, tonneau cover, and also a convertible top cover that goes in there if you choose to use that. Also on the motorcycle is a plexiglass. It's a National Cycle Plexi Star 2 windshield. That could easily come off if you don't want that, although it does match the bike very well. Bike has been attached to the sidecar in a professional way, the right way. There's all kinds of adjustments that need to be made when you do one of these. You can't just put one of these on. You kind of have to do it the right way, and this bike has been installed the right way. Also have a matching Honda emblem on the car. Of course, it is not a Honda, but it does look like it belongs there, which is nice. Let's do a slow walk around. Sorry if I'm moving the camera too much. It's my cell phone. So, and by the way, this bike also qualifies for antique registration. Tires are, I'm going to say, brand new. I don't think they have 1,000 miles on them. As you can see, there are still some nubs on there. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but there's little nubs on there. They haven't even worn down yet. All the chrome is very nice. One thing I am adding to the bike, although they're needed or not needed, whatever, the valve covers on these bikes have a little bit of, this bike has a little bit of, I guess, rain stains on the clear coat there. I did purchase on the internet another set, and I sent them out to a place on the east coast of Florida called All Metal Polishing. What they do is they make the aluminum look like, that. Really pretty look to it. So either way, I just had actually those sent out. So they'll be back. Well, actually, they're there already. They'll be back as soon as I pay them. Cost a couple of $100 to do that. So got that going too. Let's see, what else can I tell you about this bike? It runs very well. Let me see if I can start it here one-handed. It's actually cold. And people that know these bikes will tell you that they're cold-blooded. I respectfully disagree. If it runs right, put the choke a little bit here. Let's see. Put it down and then just back off a little bit. And she should fire right off, as it does. Gas is on. You can see. Idling at 1500. When it warms up, of course, you can release the choke. And it'll run perfectly. Engine is quiet. Actually just turned 16,000 miles. All the instrumentation and the gauges are perfect. They're bright and clear. All the telltales are bright red. Everything is in excellent condition. This bike has been garage kept its whole life, obviously. All the badges and emblems are like new. No sun fading whatsoever at all. Lower that a little bit now if you wanted to. The interior of the sidecar is perfect. Nothing wrong with it. And let's see. Everything is really pretty. It's a really good looking bike. Paint on the car is flawless. Very nice. Put a couple of water spots on it. I just washed it this morning, and I'm going to put a coat of wax on it right now, actually. This bike has the air ride suspension as well. You can see that works really well. I'm in the habit of shutting the fuel off. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm just in the habit of doing that. All right, so there's the setup right there. Very, very nice. I wish I had something bad to say about it, but I don't. I believe in full disclosure. I want everybody to know what kind of shape this bike is, and I really don't think you'd find another one here in Florida that looks like this. I mean, also, one thing I want to point out that's important. When I installed this sidecar, I made sure that in the event that somebody wanted to take it off, they can without any consequence to the bike whatsoever. Everything has been bolted up in a way that does not take away from the bike at all. For example, that rear mount there is put on where the top of the mount is, top of the shock is mounted to. The bottom one is mounted to where the passenger foot peg would be. And I have all the parts that I did take off. For example, that passenger foot peg there, I removed and I put it in an envelope labeled as to what it is, so you'd have no problem. Some people don't like sidecars, so maybe someday this bike will go to a person that just wants to ride it as a regular bike, and you could put it back and no one would ever know that there was a sidecar on it. The last thing I wanted to do is weld anything on this magnificent bike. Even the wiring for the sidecar, because it does have lights on it, it does have brake, turn, and all that, are just piggybacked on lights inside this rear tail assembly, which are done with Scotch locks. I normally don't like using Scotch locks, but they do work well. And of course, once you remove them, there's no consequence to the wire whatsoever. So there it is. A lot of fun to ride and makes a bold impression. Thanks for looking, and speak with you soon.